Are You Morning Crew. I am George Daigle, and you're in the right place to get some sizzling subjects and trending topics. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, glad you're doing it with us on this morning. And let's get into the first sizzling subject. Now, everyone's tongues are wagging after the nuptials of the one and only Niecey Nash, because I know a lot of men were in love with some of that, with those bodacious tatas and all of that stuff. Well, she has said in a recent interview that her marriage has nothing to do with gender, and it has everything to do with her soul. That's what she said in a recent interview to Jay Tucker. She says, I was suppressing my sexuality my whole life. She says, I love who I love. And at one point in my life, I married twice. And I love those people. And today, I love this person. I've done everything I wanted to do on my own terms and my own way. So my choice now in a partner has nothing to do with who I've always been. It's a matter of who I am in this moment. She says, I don't feel like my marriage is my coming out of anywhere, but rather going into myself and being honest about who I love. And I'm not limiting myself on what love is supposed to look like. Now, Nash was still married to Tucker when she and Betts, who was 41, first connected. Okay. Well, now, Jessica and she were just friends, according to Nash, but after she and Tucker called it quits, Nash had a change of heart. She says, I loved her before I was in love with her because she is such a special human being. She lets people, she told people in that article that they began to see each other in a way they never had before. So sometimes you get so broken by love, you turn from it. But she says she's learned that you should always hold a space for magic because it can happen at any time. And Nash confirmed her marriage to Betts on August the 31st via Instagram because everybody saw that picture that broke the entire internet. And some people were still questioning it, and I get it, because for the first couple of marriages she was married to men, and all of a sudden we see this. So it's kind of like people want to question it, but as she has said, this is always who she has been. And I'm looking forward to seeing what this does for the rest of her life and what that does to other people who are, sitting there trying to fit into a mold that people have made for them that doesn't quite fit, that doesn't speak to who they really are. I'm happy for them, but I got questions. I got questions. Niecey, when did you first know that you wanted to be down in the honey pot? I mean, was it just like you fell into the honey pot? I mean, did your fingers fall into the honey pot? Did you hear about the honey pot? I mean, I'm just saying. But I'm happy for you. But I got questions. So, Niecey, call me, okay? So we can talk. In the meantime, get ready. In the next hour, Imani Van Zap is going to be in the studio. She is the professional shit fixer, and we're going to, I'll let her say that. Let's get into this. It's Tony Moran with Keep Your Body Working on the We Are You Morning Crew. Indeed, it is the We Are You Morning Crew. I am George Daigle. You're in the right place to get some sizzling subjects and trending topics. If you're just tuning in this morning, Imani Van Zap is in the studio with me. Yes! Good morning once again, my darling.
Good morning. It's so good to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited. Now,
this is everything.
If you're tuning in on Imani Van Zap's live, hello and good morning to you. And if you're listening in online on iHeartRadio, you can listen to us there. You can find us on our apps. You can go in the iTunes store. You can go in the Apple iTunes store, Google Play store. You can find us on iTunes Radio. Just look up WERU Radio. And you can also watch this segment live on Facebook. Go to Facebook and look up WERU Radio, yes. All one word. Now, Imani.
Yes.
We're going to get into the story.
All right.
And we're going to talk about some stuff.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Lay it on me.
Well, the man who once put the R in R&B, Kelly.
Goodness.
Robert. Well, he is going to be remaining behind bars.
Yeah.
He's awaiting trial on multiple counts of child pornography and other charges in 3 states.
Yes.
Now, an appeals court in New York Tuesday, a lawyer for the R&B singer said that the inmate's attack on Kelly last month is another reason that they want to try to get him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It's so sad. Well, the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has said, no, sir. So sorry.
Yeah.
COVID and getting beaten, they're not.
These are not reasons.
They're not letting you out.
They're not going to cancel out what is going on with you.
Not today.
It's just not going to happen.
Now, he faces a lot of charges, federal charges and state charges in Illinois, Minnesota, and New York.
Yeah.
The Grammy Award winner is pretty much broke. Remember the girlfriend that was trying to put money in the account recently?
Right.
And the feds found it.
Oh, goodness.
I'm like... I just said, first of all, you have the wrong counsel.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You have the wrong counsel.
You really have the wrong counsel.
Yeah, and they're not helping you.
That one.
And if you're going to do stuff off the record, do it right.
Do it right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you were to sit down and talk to Ara,
which will be the second time.
Because if you haven't gotten a chance, go to Imani Van Zap's Instagram page.
Please.
And look up all the mini videos. Because honey, I almost fell out when you did Kimburrell. We'll talk about her later on. Baby, I was done.
We got to talk, because her team doesn't like me, but we'll get to that in a minute.
And that's fine.
I am perfectly okay with that.
The truth hurts.
Listen.
It does.
It dogs holler. All right, bark, bark.
So speaking of dogs, R.Kelly.
And we're back.
What would you tell him?
Listen, you got to tell the truth. This is what I say. Anybody that comes to me or wherever I have to go after them or whatever it is, tell the truth. Tell the truth. The more that you lie and try to evade and come up with reasons why you shouldn't have to take accountability for what you've done, the worse it's going to get. I know that we want to live in a world, and I know that in many ways we do live in a world where you have white privilege, there are people that get away with things all the time. I understand all that. I get it. But how do we become stronger and better if we're not telling the truth?
Right.
Do we just want equality to be able to get away with things, or do we want to fix the system to where things can be right? It's two different ways of looking at it. So when it comes down to Robert, you got to tell the truth. There are people that you've hurt. There just are.
Right.
I know this is not where you saw yourself being. R. Kelly.
Right.
We never thought.
No one.
You know, we just, even with everything that was going on, it was that way of just like, that was our one, that was like OJ, reinvented, where it was like, okay, well, we don't have to worry about that. And everything is crashing down on him. Yeah. The only way out now is within. Yeah. You got to admit it.
And you know what, and that's so funny, and we can get serious for about 5 seconds.
It's all right. There's levels to this shit.
Exactly. And he talked about, he and his brother talked about how they were molested and they were sexually taken advantage of as youngsters. Yes. And the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. Yes. And sometimes it's a cycle. Yes. And when you realize that the victim has now become a victimizer. Yes. You have to take some responsibility. You do. You have to take some responsibility. You absolutely do. Even though this was put on you. Yeah. This is put on you. Yeah. This is something that you were forced to wear. Yes. But now you just need to say, look, I did some effed up stuff. Yes. I did some messed up stuff. Right. Some of this stuff is exaggerated. Yeah. But some of this stuff I did.
Some of this stuff ain't all false.
Right.
We don't stand there. Everybody ain't lying. Everybody ain't lying. Now, come on. All right. Percentages are not in your favor.
My mama always said if one or two people say the same story at two different times,
listen.
Somebody telling the truth.
Somebody telling the truth. A little bit of it.
Exactly.
And one thing I will say to that, since we're on the subject, one thing that I would hope for with our correctional industry is that it would be more, again, therapeutic and reformative. Let's help people get out of those spaces, that we can, break down all this recidivism. Am I saying it right?
You're right.
I'm somewhere in there. But that we can break some of that down by really helping the person to become a functioning member of society. Right. So whatever they have done, if you need to spend time for that, we totally understand that. While you're there, let's get some therapy. Let's go back and let's heal those wounds of your past so that you don't reviolate other people when you go out, and there are ways to keep people from violating others. We're not having those types of conversations.
No, we're not.
That's what we need. It's not always about just punish someone and just lock them up and throw away the key. That doesn't, in and of itself, doesn't do anything.
Certainly. And then, speaking to recidivism, these young men,
yes,
because let's talk about our black men,
yes,
who are in there disproportionately.
Yes.
They go in there and jail becomes a community.
Talk about that.
Your uncle is there. Your father is there. Your cousin is there.
It is.
Your best friend you grew up with. And so now, rather than be out there, I'm here.
Yes.
And I got family.
Yes. Yes.
And that's who we need to talk to. Why is this now their community?
And it doesn't need to be that way. It should not be that way.
Right.
It's almost a darker I don't want to say darker, but a dark version of how houses were formed, and balls and all of that. Where you need that community, people that were thrown away, or when life, takes a turn and you have to, you find a family and you join up. This is a version of that, but a dark version of that.
Right.
To where you still have that same loyalty, you still have that same people that will do anything for you. I think that at its core, I get it, but the system that is around it is what needs to be changed, and we're not looking into that. These are the things that I think that we need to focus on as a community. No one's going to do them for us, and that is literally the core of my work. No one's going to do it for you.
You're absolutely telling the truth.
Stop looking for everybody to do things for you, to pick things up and to go back and wipe the milk down and brush your hair and clean your nose up. You got to do it for yourself. You have to do it for yourself.
But it's the tools.
Yes.
It's giving them the tools.
Absolutely.
So let's go back to Ara.
Okay.
For a second.
Ara, I'm with it.
So now Ara's he's in jail. And he's facing these trials.
Yes.
What would be the first step? Let's talk about Ara, and then we'll move to we'll go back to Kim.
Okay. I'm sure we all have some thoughts about Miss Holy Ghost.
The Holy Ghost. All right. You okay now?
I do a little bit. Not that.
So we can get back to Ara and say the first part is confess your sins. Almost. I mean, that's exactly what it is.
With your mouth.
Okay.
Yes.
Say it. Call a thing a thing.
Call a thing a thing.
I'll say it for you. Because we don't want no calls.
I don't want any smoke.
Right.
As the young people say.
So call your shit some shit.
Call your shit some shit.
Right.
Say it stinks.
Right.
Say your shit stinks.
Right.
There you go. That's ours.
And write it down. And there you have it. And then move forward from there.
Yes.
Do what you can.
Yes.
Restitution.
Yes.
And stop all of that.
Yes.
Get the people that are on your team, they're not there for you.
They're not there for
you.
Talk about it.
They're not there for you.
We need to stop. Can I pause right there?
No, go ahead.
Listen, and this is just for everybody. We've got to stop that. We've got to stop this bandwagon riding to where everyone just says yes because you're the one that's paying everybody. We gotta stop that. There are too many people. There are many levels to privilege.
Right.
A lot of people don't think it. We think that it's all one way. It's not.
No.
When you are the big man in charge, big woman in charge, and you are writing all those checks, people are going to say and do whatever they need to do to keep you in force so that they still get their coin. All of this fell apart because that system broke. The system that he had created, and unfortunately, a system that he had created or that was created for him, chicken or the egg, whichever one it is, where he did not have to really empower himself with the tools that would have helped him to get out of this.
Correct.
Not knowing how to read.
Correct.
Things like that I know that we can.
And that people around him allowed to continue.
They were getting paid.
Yeah.
No one's going to tell him.
Right.
They're only going to gas up his ego. And he was riding off of it. What did he say in the one video? If y'all was going to get me, y'all should have got. Ara.
In this case, Ara is for wrong.
Yes.
Wrong.
Yes.
Wrong.
Yes.
Just wrong. All right.
Absolutely.
So now let's get to our sister.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Now let me first make a declaration. I am a Kimburrell vocalist fan.
As am I.
I love her.
As am I.
Love her.
Yes.
I got my start in gospel music. And
Let's talk about it.
When that Tommy Boy gospel album came out, I was like...
Come on, Tommy Boy. So you know it.
I know.
You know about Tommy Boy.
Did I just age myself?
Yeah. No. Not. Well, a little bit. That's okay. It's okay.
Well, when Tommy Boy Gospel came out and Kimburrell was their first artist, their first artist.
Yes, she was the first.
And I was like...
Produced by A$AP Ward.
Come on.
That whole album.
Was everything.
But wait a minute. So now we know about Tommy Boy, but did you know about Try Me Again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Story. When that album first came out, I was a little boy.
Yes.
Well, a little boy in college.
Yeah.
High school.
Somewhere.
One of those. Anyway,
Right.
so I interviewed her for that very first project. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I called her. Her number was on the back of the CD back then.
You know what? That was what. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I called her and I said, I want to interview you because you're going to be huge.
Yeah. Wow.
When I call a thing, I call a thing.
Call
anyway,
it.
So I interviewed her. Beautiful, conversation.
Yes.
Great personality.
Yes.
Fast forward to this person that has become this person.
Yeah.
Now, you did talk to Kim's spirit, her soul.
Yes.
On video.
There we go. Okay.
But she didn't seem to receive it because shortly thereafter, there she is again. What do you say? Because, we both have the same background.
Yes.
You know.
Oh, yes. Yes, we come from it.
You will both come from the same environment. But I don't fault her for your belief because this is what you believe.
Yeah. You should not have to listen, and we got to grow in that too. Even as babies, okay, come on, LGBT community, we have got to get to a point to where we cannot force people out of their beliefs.
Right.
That is not the point.
Right.
It is to love people where they are and to just be a light. And when you decide to do that, your light will so shine. People will start to see you differently.
Right.
But that's how that happens. But yeah, go ahead. Were you about to say?
No. Go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Multi levels.
You're executive producer.
Ah.
So basically, I was able to talk to Kim, in what we have on my platform called Victory Vortex, and so we brought Kim in, and with that with that platform, I pulled the subconscious from people, and then bring them into a realm where we can deal with the truth. We addressed the situations, and I felt that we got through on that day. But then shortly thereafter, she was back at it again. Unfortunately, Kim comes from a culture where there is not a lot of accountability. And though it is not as dark or nefarious as Aura, who we were just talking about, it still can be equally as problematic.
And hurtful.
And hurtful. And to understand that there is a way, again, have your beliefs, but it's how you share them. When you share those beliefs, that is what shapes the world. That is what informs empathy. That is what causes us to want to love one another. So the funny fact, that most people don't know is that after Kim's video, me and Kim's shit fix was released, a lot of people, even other celebrities, and I won't name all of them, but were chiming in and were saying it was almost like you know her.
Wow.
Shortly thereafter, Kim's team blocked me. Kim's team blocked Auntie. And don't go, I don't want anyone going and harassing them. I just want you to notice what it is. Kim's team blocked me, but as we said earlier, hit dogs holler.
And sometimes the truth hurts.
Yes.
The truth hurts as it heals.
Come. The truth
hurts as it heals.
It heals.
There, ladies and gentlemen, moments and nuggets are being dropped.
Or as I said, bars. You're giving us bars. Bars.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Imani Van Zap is my special guest. We've got one more hour with you.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I am here to kick it this morning, baby. Let's do it.
We have got one more hour. And since we're talking about her, and since this is my station.
Are we going to play her?
We're going to do a little house mix on her.
Ooh.
One that I'm sure she hasn't authorized.
Ooh.
Find me, Kim, WERUradio.com.
At me.
This is called Fall on Me, and it's done by Nocturnal DJs.
Ooh.
It's right here on the We Are Your Morning Crew. Help us.
Listen.
The We Are You Morning Crew. I am George Daigle live and in the studio right here in beautiful downtown Atlanta. Oh, I like the sound of that.
I love the sound of that. Say it again.
We're down in beautiful downtown Atlanta.
Yes.
Oh, that felt good.
Doesn't it?
I felt that in my shondo.
All the ventricles yeah. Come on.
Yes, I feel like somebody.
Listen, you are somebody.
Thank you so much. And another somebody in the studio with me, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, the wonderful, the fabulous, the tell it like it is, the shit fixer herself.
Yes.
Imani Van Zap is it? Yes. I love it. So we were talking off camera, and I have so many conversations going through my
listen,
head.
we've been talking all morning.
Right.
I got to come back.
Yes.
I'm inviting myself. Is that wrong?
This is your house.
Oh, thank you.
Come here,
Thank
please.
you.
You are. First of all, I love you. You can do nothing wrong.
Listen.
You can do nothing wrong.
I appreciate it.
Let's talk.
I'm going to
about
put one of my powder brushes over there.
It'll be here.
You're supposed to leave something. A toothbrush or something. When
so
you
have a
reason
to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
How about that?
I gotta pick up my stuff.
I'll be over there in a minute. Picking up stuff. Now we talked about some of the stuff that you fixed.
Yes.
Kimburrell.
Yes.
Aura.
Yeah, Aura.
Now, being Imani Van Zap seems like a huge job, a huge task, a huge responsibility.
Okay.
How has that been being representative of who is true to you, but other people don't see you as a caricature? How is it for you to create that line that defined that?
I would say that in the beginning, we were kind of talking about this earlier, that I did not want to. I want to be funny. That's part of who I am, but laughed with and not so much at. I love if you laugh at me. That's fine. Me and my husband Curtis, we crazy. I'd say myself. I drop stuff. I put something on my blouse. I don't mind all that. But I didn't want it to be a thing where you're laughing at the person.
Yeah.
Because I want you to get what's going on. So a lot of that, me and my nephew Eric, we talked about how to make the look. What hair to do and things like that. And even like the recent look is a bit of an adjustment. For a minute there, he kept trying to slap these little pieces on my head and glue them down. I was like, Eric, I'm tired of this. But I just wanted to celebrate intelligence, celebrate humor, and celebrate femininity. And I think that embracing all of that is something that is very important to me. I love what women bring to the space. I love what mothering does, what auntie-ing does, grandmothering does, sistering does. I love what energy. When you bring in a voice that nurtures, a voice that understands, a voice that births things, and to have that, we want it to look good.
Right.
So I said, no, to get rid of this little hair piece, and we're going to go to the store and we're going to get some hair.
Right.
We're going to get some lipstick. We're going to get some lashes.
Right.
We're going to talk to people. That said, I want to make sure I shout out my people. SKN Rashad Terry, who keeps my skin together, and visionsoflove.net, Aisha Posey, my baby as well, that keeps my lashes together.
All right.
So fashion is very important to me.
That was going to be my next question. I was like, where's the line? When's the line coming?
Listen, because I know that Aisha, she has one of her lashes is named after me. She has the Imani lash. So I have that, but I want to do more. I want to do lipstick. I want to do eyeshadows. I want to do everything. I think that fashion and putting things on, it brings out your best self. There are ways that we can just decorate who we are. We don't need it, but it just helps. Why not feel good?
As a creator,
yes.
And there are other people who have decorated themselves.
Yes.
See how I did that?
You did. I love that.
How seeing yourself and how you're creating yourself as a whole person.
Yes.
Not just a caricature.
Right.
Because that's what I read when I see you. When I see, not just as a fan, but as a person, as a creator, as an artist, as an actor.
Thank you.
I see a whole person. How does it feel when you see other people who are creators and put on the zhuzh?
Yes.
But they don't exude a whole person. They're just, like you said, laughed at.
Yeah.
How do you think that adds to or takes away from the creativity of people that do what you do?
I think that it adds to the viral ability. I'm making up a word probably, I'm sure, but
I got you.
Okay. Viral ability of the person when you make it quirky. So when if you still have your facial hair and then you throw a wig on, it adds that bit of shock factor that literally will lead people into what you really want to say. I've seen other creators that have done that to where they go for a very unpolished look that is shocking enough to make you laugh, to get your following, and I've seen people do great things with that. So I don't ever want to knock that and say that it's something that shouldn't be. I applaud all forms of creativity, but I think that when you want to get into the soul of a person, that there's a different way. This is my thing. This is Auntie's thing. There's a different way of going about doing that. Just here recently, on the platform, if you're with me on Instagram and even Facebook, that we're having the Imani Van Zap conversations now. And in doing those conversations, people get lost in just talking to a person. I have to according to my standards, I have to look a certain way so you just feel like you're talking to a person.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could go for a very unpolished look, or you could go for a very high glam look that's so high and so over the top that, again, you feel like you're talking to someone that you can't relate to. But when I talk with Eric and we have our production meetings, that is one thing that we always are really focusing on now. What is the look that brings people in? What are the colors that bring people in? What is the jewelry that brings people in? How do you feel comfortable so that at the end of the day, you just feel like you're talking to auntie?
Right.
That is what I want this to be. And I've had more people within the past maybe month that have, sent me messages and whatnot and responded to the content that have said, I feel like I'm talking to my mother.
Wow.
I feel like I'm talking to my grandmother. I lost my aunt, 2 or 3 months ago, and you're the closest voice I have to her.
Wow.
So I am thankful to be able to fill that void, or whatever you want to call it, for people so that they feel that they're talking to a human person, a soul.
That's amazing. Now on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Because there's so much positivity and power in what you do, the platform that you've created. Hey, everybody over there on Facebook Live. We see you peeking in. And if you want to listen to us, you can go to WERUradio on Google Play and iTunes. I thought I'd add that in there. So if you have to walk away from your computer, you can still have the headphones on to listen to the show.
Okay.
In the meantime,
yes,
with so much power and positivity on your platform, there's another side. And we talked about the grandmothers and the aunties and our upbringing, where we come from.
Yes.
How is that played into what you do?
How in what way does it go one more level?
The negativity.
Got it. Okay, I want to make sure I was in there. So I think we're loosely using negative right now, just because of for lack of a better word, or maybe another word. The one thing that we were talking about earlier is that I and my nephew Eric, we have a very strong church following, and so there have been people that have watched the evolution of Eric as an artist, and even with the emergence of myself, and they feel the love that's there. They resonate with the humor that's there, but there is still this conservatism and traditionalism that comes with church and how this should be over here and we can't mix the two. And so I've had a lot of people that they won't watch my videos, and I'm okay. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not calling nobody out. I'm just saying. I'm just calling a fact of fact.
It is what it is.
There are people that will watch the video the next day. So the very first day, the number's pretty decent. The next day it will triple in size. Those are typically the people that are in a position where they cannot watch me live, because you can see names as they go up.
Certainly.
There are a lot of people that just they're not at that point yet.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. I've had other people that are of Christian faith, and people that I've grown up with and whatnot, that I've wanted to bring onto the show that I feel have wisdom, and I feel they have love, and that their hearts are open and they can really pour into us. But to be seen with me it may not be a good look for them. It may be challenging for their world where they are. I have no choice but to respect that and to wait my turn, and to understand that that the steps, what did we say earlier,
are ordered.
They're ordered.
Shando,
you'll come to me as a
kielbasa. Yes.
You'll come to me when you're ready.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly fine. I understand that, my younger self, I used to be very offended by, not everybody jumping on board at one time. But now I understand that people have to open up and they have to grow when they are ready. I'm here to facilitate. That's my job.
When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, more of Imani.
Oh!
I don't know who that girl is. Imani Van Zap is here in the studio with me. So we're going to talk about some more stuff that needs to be fixed.
Yes, I'm here for it.
We're going to talk about the future endeavors.
We are.
And more about your wonderful nephew, Eric.
Oh,
and what we can expect. And
Absolutely.
Chasing Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen, it's so much. It's so much.
So much.
That's why you have to come back.
That's
why you
why
have to come back.
Be here.
We've got more sizzling subjects, trending topics, and Imani Van Zap. It's all right here on the We Are You Morning Crew. Hey, y'all. morning crew, ladies and gentlemen. I am George Daigle, delighted, excited, honored, and privileged that you are spending your morning with me. Make sure you join us each and every morning beginning at 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WERUradio.com. You can listen to us on our app, which is found in the iTunes App Store, the Google Play Store. You can find us on Alexa. Just look up WERU Radio. You can find us on iHeartRadio, WERU Radio. All one word. You can find us there. And make sure you listen all day long. In the middays, Diamond comes your way from 10 until 2 with her radiant personality. And from 2 until 6, Miss Sophia brings...
Sophia.
Yes, honey. She brings Club Chit Chat into the building.
I love her.
She turns this entire room into a club, and everybody is in VIP. So make sure you join her as well. But right here joining me this morning, we've been having conversations on top of conversations.
Listen here.
Some of them deep. I was about to weep at one point.
Oh, listen.
I'm telling you.
It's a whole deliverance service.
What?
Listen.
What? Now let's talk about it, because you have got some great things. Now we were talking earlier about how the chasing reality whole thing came into being. Now you're attached to that again.
Yes.
And you guys that are chasing reality, first of all, I love you guys. Amazing. I have gotten some of my best music.
Yeah.
For the station.
Oh yeah.
From the Chasing Reality series.
I'm sure.
Right.
Such talented people.
So now tell me what's going on with that.
Yeah, so basically we're getting ready to go into Chasing Atlanta, which is their next season. And so now that I've been added to the franchise, I'll be actually doing shit fixes on there.
Wow.
So that's happening. And then right now we're in the beginning stages of putting together Chasing LA.
Wow.
So we've got Chasing Atlanta, Chasing LA, then of course Chasing Dallas at some point is going to be coming back. So pretty much I'm in heavy rotation now with the entire Chasing Reality series franchise, the whole nine.
Congrats.
And so yeah, I'm so glad about that. I really just think that again, just if you just keep walking in truth, the doors will open. The doors that are meant for you are going to open. I would have never picked this path. And that's no shade. I just would have never thought it. I would have never thought it. But someone else sees it. Right. And so I'm glad with other people being able to see things for me. You know.
Now, what about Eric? What's going on with him? Because I know you guys fuss and fight, but
I
know you both got your paths going on as well. So tell me about what's going on with him. How's he feeling? What's
he's doing great. Eric is doing amazingly well. What I will say that we've had some recent meetings here. He and I, and there have been some choices that have been made, and that I was surprised to hear him say. So one day we're sitting there talking and everything. We were having brunch and whatnot. I cooked some food for him. He had a little attitude and everything. I said, come over here and get some chicken and waffles. Run over to the house, everything. I kicked Curtis out, my husband. Kicked Curtis out. I said, Curtis, just me and Eric need to talk. So we sat down and talked about everything. And pretty much he told me, he said, Auntie, I've been thinking about things and I'm just going to manage you. And I was like, what? And he said, my place right now is to push you. And to know Eric, and especially if you're out there and you know Eric, that's not him.
Not him.
He's always been trying to do a million things. So what is going on right now, there are 3 final short films that he's been, in different stages of trying to get those produced. One is the Silent Sanctuary promo, which we call Greenleaf on steroids.
Okay.
So we've got that. There is another show that he does called Welcome to Suspector, which is kind of like a Black Mirror, very Jordan Peele sort of situation. And so with those particular shows, what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much put them on pause. We're going to finish these 3 episodes we have going on right now, and probably I think it's maybe by the end of October. After that, it's just going to be just Auntie time.
Wow.
And we're pretty much just taking a transition with that. But he is doing fine. He knows he's not going to get lost in all of this. We were talking about that earlier in the break. He's not going to get lost in all of this. He understands that this is a team effort. And that, you have to choose the thing that is working and the thing that people are resonating with, and let's ride that plane. Let's get this thing all the way up to get to a cruising altitude.
Come on now.
Where we can move about the cabin. And,
yes. It's fully pressurized.
Exactly that part.
But do keep your seatbelt on while you're seated.
Please do that.
That's my other gig.
Safety
I didn't
first.
tell you that. That is my other real life gig.
I was wondering.
Yes.
I said that. How was it? I was going to ask your business. So you are this?
Yes, I am that. I am he. I am he. So now Eric has got other kids, other relatives.
Yes,
that are in the family.
Yes.
So there's Melody, there's Ty.
Yes.
And you said the CD was coming out later on.
Yes, we're working on that now.
So tell me, where do they fit into Auntie's world?
So basically, and this was kind of funny because this was not planned. So, of course, Eric's always been there. Auntie came, no, actually Melody was one of the first to come with the family. So Melody is very shy. She's my niece, and she's very, very, very shy. Nothing like Auntie. I'm loud. Just where's my drink at?
What? Don't say it.
But Melody is she's a sweet spirit, and she loves to perform, and she's a hopeless romantic and everything all herself. Loves doing interviews with trainers and things like that. She loves muscles and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ty is my nephew. He's a trap artist.
Come on, Trap.
So, you may hear some things. Auntie's got bars. So, me and Ty will probably be doing some things.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
That sounds exciting. So if Auntie Van Zap had a rap persona, what would the name be? Pause.
You know what?
Well, pause.
Because I had like 10 ideas. It wasn't I couldn't think of it. I was like, which one is best? I kind of want to be Ivy.
Okay, Ivy.
Because I feel like what I got is going into your bloodstream.
Wait a minute.
I knew it was going to come. I knew it was coming. That's why I said I got to put this together right. Listen, the love I have, it gets into your bloodstream.
Come on.
MC Ivy.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. So
listen.
Make sure you bring the project here. We'll debut it right here.
Okay. Let me
here.
tell you something. So that's Ty. And Ty is crazy. So he's just him and his very problematic girlfriend Keisha. They are always fighting and just being young people and very much loving hip hop within themselves.
Yeah.
So the funny thing about all this is that after the entire family came to be, we all sat down and once again Auntie's cooking and bringing everyone over to the house, and we just looked at our names, and it was just like something just kept coming to us. Time.
Wow.
TIME.
Wow.
Is all of our names. That's the acronym that makes up who we are. That was not planned. It was not.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's a group. That's a singing group.
Totally.
Right.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah, it was not planned. So pretty much what we're working on right now, there will be films that will come out. So we're working on the first draft of Fix Your Shit. Basically the prequel is what it would be. Is how did all this come to be?
Wow.
So we're working on that right now.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I am so excited. Thank you so much for spending this morning with me.
Thank you for being with me.
I just want to make sure that everybody can get in touch with you. So
yes.
if they want to get a real good feel, because we've only touched the surface, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen.
If you want to get all the insights and get your shit please do it one time.
My name, if you're just joining us, is Imani Van Zap, and I am here to help you fix your shit.
Where do they find you on social media?
On social media, you can find. I made it very easy. Everything is Imani Van Zap. IManivanzap. So I'm on Instagram, Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook. All of that is there. Also on what is it? Patreon as well too. You can go to my website, imanivanzap.com, and I also have empowering merchandise that you can purchase as well too on Imani Van Zap Boutique. .com.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. So the time has flown.
It has. Is it over?
It's over.
It's over.
We just gotta pay some bills and then we're done.
Goodness! I wanted it to be another hour. It's all right. I'm listen.
Soon. Look, I'm saying this live on the air, and I'm saying this on your live.
Yes.
This is your house too.
And
I embrace everybody in the LGBT community that is creating, that is building, that is making.
Yes.
This is our house.
Yes.
Black owned.
Come on.
LGBT owned.
Come on. And
okay. Come on.
Listen, all of those things.
All of those things.
Yes, I appreciate it. I just want to wish you well as well too.
Oh, thank you.
It's wonderful. I've never felt more at home. I know this is my first time. I don't have much to compare it to because I'm still new. But I will say that I don't think I'm ever going to get a feeling like I've gotten here today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm speaking that out.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Imani Van Zap will be leaving the building. Make sure you follow her on social media. IManivanzap everywhere. You'll find her. Just look it up. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more sizzling subjects, trending topics in the next hour. So don't you go anywhere. It's the We Are You Morning Crew. Hey, y'all.
we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh, yeah. This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did everything. The biggest gift, the biggest. Thank you for being my friend. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah.
If they're not playing that as a theme, I'm not watching it. So I need to get information on it right now. Speaking to the mic, young sir, and good morning to you. Daniel Hudson is in the studio with me, my part-time cameraman. So we're just gonna sit and talk a little bit, since Imani Van Zap. How did you feel about that interview? How did you like that?
I loved it. It was inspirational. She was a very, very empowering. You can ask for more.
Yeah, I mean, she was amazing.
A great way to start your morning.
Great way. So make sure you follow Imani Van Zap, just like it sounds, on all social media. So the remake of The Golden Girls. Now, there was always all kinds of fantasy casts that they wanted to be in the remake of The Golden Girls. Now, this is a black cast. Now, I think Jennifer Lewis was thrown out there. Jackie Harry was thrown out there. Lynn Whitfield was thrown out there. Who else? I'm trying to go through the list of faces that I saw.
Cicely Tyson, I want to say, was thrown out
there. What's her name? She's everybody's auntie.
Loretta Devine.
Loretta Devine was out there. You know how I was talking about Loretta Devine. His name was thrown out there. So there were a lot of names. These I'm not so... Tracee Ellis Ross, reginaking, sanaalathan, alfrewoodard.
Individually, these are phenomenal and great actresses.
Yeah.
You can't deny that. You can't deny the legacy that they left or they have. But I would definitely state that.
Get in the mic a little bit more. Turn it to you. Don't be shy.
I don't like.
Put it in your mouth like food. Just like that. There you go.
Like food. We gotta keep it clean, don't we? So, yes, like food.
Now you were saying
yes. They individually, these are phenomenal actresses. They have perfected the African American cinema. Like I've grown up watching these ladies, but. And a Golden Girl remake. Not so much.
Not that cast together. No. Yeah, I mean the only person. First of all, I'm just gonna keep it real. Can I just keep it real for a second?
Please do.
Sanaalathan. She's the same character in every movie she's in.
Yes, every role she plays, I see loving basketball.
Yeah, every last one. alfrewoodard. Wide range. I could see her doing it. Now I don't. Who's okay? Let's see who's doing who. First of all, I can't remember who's doing which character. I think Tracee Ellis Ross is doing Rose. I think reginaking is doing Dorothy. I think Sanaalathan was doing Blanche, and alfrewoodard was doing Sophia. I think I think that's how the picture goes. Yeah, that's how it is.
Because I watched a little bit of it online the other day, and I watched it and I quickly flipped the computer. I was like, okay, we're gonna find something else on the internet to watch. Let me go into Hulu, Netflix or something else. But
yeah, I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't
either.
If you had to pick, if you had to put up the cast, your what is it? What do you call it? Your dream cast? What would they be? Who would they be?
I would definitely make Jackie Harry to be Blanche.
Okay.
Which is not far from her being Sandra.
Exactly.
227.
Exactly.
There's no difference.
Exactly.
As far as Sophia,
see,
who is feisty enough to be Sophia?
Jennifer Lewis.
I must agree.
Yeah, Jennifer Lewis would be so, because she can do it. She can give you that smart alecky mom. She's everybody's mom. So definitely. Now my pick for Rose, definitely Loretta Devine. she could give you that dingy look. She can give you that dingbat. She can give it to you.
Yes,
because remember she had that sitcom way before. No, I'm sorry.
I wasn't born.
I remember when my mama used to tell me about this sitcom a long time ago that Loretta Devine was in. She had a sitcom and they played. It was her and another lady. And they played sisters, and she played the kind of ditzy sister. I could see her doing that. She could pull it off.
Oh yes, I've watched that. Yes.
Yeah. So
on Will to Will in school.
Yeah, see, yes. There you go. There
Black
you go.
History Month.
There you go. So and then who do we have? We need Dorothy. Who would be Dorothy?
Felicia Rashad. Dorothy had the comebacks. Felicia Rashad would definitely have the comebacks. She would have the zingers for you.
Okay.
She would give you that prissy librarian type, type vibe. And I think that,
Okay. So that's our dream cast. No offense to Tracy Ellis Ross and the rest of the ladies. That's just not the cast that I would see. Mm-hmm. And I really think that I think they were just trying to. They're all powerhouses in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. So I get it. Using your power to recreate. I get it. But I think you're ruining that whole idea, that whole dream for all the rest of us. Like, don't be selfish. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. No, we can save that energy for something else. Maybe.
But if you want to watch it, it's going to be on Zoom. And it's going to air on September the 8th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So I guess you have to sign up and then look for the designated website. The designated website, I don't see it right here, but there is a website that you can go to and find it.
Now, keeping in mind that, ladies and gentlemen, that they are not, on a stage together. They're at their own prospective homes, and all you see are kind of like a Zoom conversation. You see blocks, and within their blocks, they are portraying that particular character.
Right. It'll be interesting. I'm not sold.
It'll pass the time.
Quickly, I hope. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tell us what you think about the Golden Girls remake and who you think your dream cast would be. You can go to our social media, look up WERUradio.com. You can also reach out to us on the shout-out feature on the app. Just click on the pull down, click on the shout-out feature, record your message, and it'll come directly to us. And we might even play it on the air. It's the We Are You Morning Crew. Hey, y'all. The We Are You Morning Crew. Yes, indeed, it is the We Are You Morning Crew. I am George Daigle, and we are here in the studio live in downtown Atlanta. I'm going to have to keep saying that. It just feels so good. It feels so good. So we are here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm about to be really unpopular with a lot of people.
Oh, Lord.
I'm about to say something really unpopular. There's a show that everybody has been talking about on a network that starts with S. And the show starts with, let me just say it. It's on Stars. And it's P-Valley. Everybody's talking about Uncle Clifford.
I love the show.
You do?
And I do.
I don't.
Oh.
Okay. Well, let me start with the positives. First of all, it's an all-black cast. Great. Okay. Ian Patrick Pope. Some of our folks, from Noah's Ark.
Yes.
He's on one of the producers. That's another wonderful positive. After that, it stops. I thought it was horrible acting. I thought it was horrible plots. First of all, let's just talk. Can I be real? I lived in Mississippi for 2 years. So there's some things I know about Mississippi that people that never lived in Mississippi would know about Mississippi if you live there. Okay. First of all, Uncle Clifford.
Yes.
This flaming, ambiguously gay man.
Yes.
Who owns a strip club, who walks around in full drag, running the city basically, in Mississippi, would never happen in real life. He would not be going up to the sheriff and telling him, well, what for, therefore, this is what you going to do, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He would not have the privilege of going to see one of his dancers in the jail, and he's in. It wouldn't. That's not. It wouldn't happen. Not in Mississippi. Atlanta, yes. Mississippi, never. And that's because I live there. So let's okay. That aside from the reality of the show, let's talk about the acting or the lack thereof. Uncle Clifford, first of all, he's in every scene, so I'm about to be harder. What's his name? That plays. I'm trying to look at the cast right now. I know Isaiah Washington. Who plays? I know it's like Aaron something or other. What's his name? Let me see. Uncle Clifford.
Unfortunately, one thing about me with TV shows and movies, once you play a character, I will call you that character. So for now, his name would be Uncle Clifford.
Well, whatever his real name is, horrible. Horrible. Just horrible.
Now, let's give it this right here. If you watch the news or if you're active on social media, you pretty much knew what happened in Atlanta this past weekend. It was a lot of fightings during, the celebratory, Labor Day weekend.
Is that how we celebrate? With fighting?
Also known as, Black Gay Pride.
Okay.
There was a lot of fighting. And I must say this. I would go on record, put this down on paper, pen and paper.
Okay.
Every fight that happened in Atlanta this weekend were not from natives of Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Or natives of Georgia, period. That includes Tifton, Albany, Moultrie. I would definitely say that if you look at the way that Uncle Clifford portrays himself in that role as Mississippi as, the head bitch in charge. That's how a lot of people come to Atlanta with that same personality and that same demeanor. Like, oh, I'm the shit. And you be like, oh, where you from? You from New York? Oh, no, I'm from Alabama. I'm from, Mississippi. And you come in here acting all rowdy and bouted, and you from a small little country place. That is the exact same role that Uncle Clifford is playing.
And let me go ahead and say his name is Nico Amon.
Nico who?
Anon.
Okay.
That's his name.
Uncle Clifford. Okay.
I didn't think the show was that great. It was not all I was expecting. You know what I was expecting?
What is that?
I was expecting
Deliverance.
No.
Designer women.
Yeah, give me some. I was at least expecting, and this is putting it on. This is not expecting a lot. I was at least expecting the have and have nots. I didn't even get that.
Now, first of all, I would tell you that show
is horrible.
I'm talking about P-Valley.
Okay,
it's way better, top notch. The quality is way better than the Haves and the Have.
Okay, so what was it about P-Valley that you really?
So, if you're a fan of WeTV and the majorette, dancing troops, let's go to. I'm making trouble for this, but if you remember Coach Diana, Coach D, Coach D, I pretty much started watching her, as of recent, and all you know is she has an outstanding dance majorette team that's in Jacksonville, Mississippi. Is it Jacksonville or Jackson, Mississippi?
It's Jackson.
Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you. So, again, you would not be expecting, Jackson State, that's different. But it's a nice majorette, team that's there. Very good, very popular. And then now Coach D has then ventured out to Atlanta. She has a dance troupe here in Atlanta. Now, let's not forget how Coach D got her start. Before she became this popular dance coach on television, she was, in porn.
See, now this is a little known Black history fact. I did not know that.
I know. I didn't know at first until as I started watching the episodes and, people started being messy in comment sections. And even one of the dance coaches, did a whole dance routine about her being on a stripper pole.
Oh, wow.
With kids.
Oh, wow.
Throwing dollars at somebody that's portraying to be her. So anyway, pretty much so watching one of the scenes in P-Valley, it is a stripper. She's saving her money up and she's going to open up a dance studio. And I can't give away the part of the movie because it's hilarious when you find out who cop blocked her. But in that, I can't think of her name, maybe Mercedes. But the character in the show, to me, is pretty much talking about the life of Coach D.
Wow.
A stripper. Coach D was a porn star, but stripper, porn star, making extra money and using that money to accomplish your dreams. So because of me knowing that and me watching it, you know, I'm watching it with the, you know, with the open heart and in an open and forgiving heart. So I'm able to look past certain things. So I may be able to look past.
So you're able to look past the bad acting, and the horrible costumes.
Yeah, horrible costume. You know, being hot in Mississippi, and you walking around with a parasol.
Okay.
In a field. You
right.
know,
Right.
But you she was giving it. The attitude was there.
She was giving, but
she was giving it. When you can't tell me when she walked out in that field with them shoes on. I know you said girl. But it still was a girl. It doesn't matter if it was a negative girl or a positive girl. You still said girl.
Okay, I'll give you that. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting to be riveting, great acting, knock my socks off. Oh my God, this is the greatest show ever. And I wasn't.
But then again, also, I lived a pretty sheltered life, you know. So I didn't start going to clubs until I was out of college. Okay. So, you know, I was born and raised in Georgia, didn't start going to clubs until 2006.
Okay.
So, you know, all that stripping, you know, being that flamboyant, you know, I became who I am, you know, with time. So now me watching television and knowing that the struggles that I've been through and had to struggle through and had to fight and push through, you have high school, you have middle school kids that are fighting and going through the same situations, but they have some type of guidance. They have a show. Like, oh, this guy is living his unadulterated truth. Even though the acting's bad.
Horrible.
The outfits are kind of questionable.
Unbelievable.
You know, but hey, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it too.
Even as badly as he does.
See,
I guess so.
I find the good in everything. You put some chitlins in front of me, I will find the good in that too. That's just me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we seem to come at an impasse. I found no good in P-Valley. I'm just gonna say it, and it's an unpopular, you know, opinion, but it is what it is. I dare you to tell me something. You can use the shout out feature and tell me exactly what you think. I gotta get on up and get on out of here and make way for Diamond. She's gonna take you through your midday, and don't miss Club Chit Chat with Miss Sophia. She's gonna take you from 2 to 6. Say goodbye, Daniel.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Migos in the bed. Get the new We Are You radio skill, then say, Alexa, play We Are You radio.
Okay, playing We Are You radio. That's my favorite station.